And the driver will be another transformation. So this will be power required. And very much the same as before. I connect from the chassis to this.
Right.
And the multiplier is going to be, so it's 200 watts per chassis. So it's actually 0.2, because obviously I want my output unit to be kilowatts.
Yeah.
Because it has to match with this. So this will be saying I always have a required power of 200 watts per chassis. The resource is going to be saying, actually, I cost 15 cents, but I only last an hour. And the resource will effectively will work out how many hours are required either in a year or in a quarter or a month. So I'm going to run the model. Oh, sorry, I need to connect it. So I run the model. And so I can draw another graph just like this one, draw similar. This time I want the power required. And it's a bit smaller. So my power required, well, it's 200 watts. So in terms of kilowatts, it should be 1/5 of the number of chassis. So with 25, it should be 5 kilowatts, which it is, and it will then gradually increase.
Yeah.
Okay. And then to work out, so 5 kilowatts. So the question is, how many hours are there in a year? And I can never remember this number exactly. I have to keep working it out, but it's 24 times 360. So it's about 360. It's about 8,000 or so. It's one of those numbers I've just failed to remember. So you'd expect, if it's about 8,000, then you'd expect 5 kilowatts to be 40,000 times 15 cents. So that's going to be about $8,000 a year. I can't remember. I'm stupid. I've done this exercise so many times, and I can never remember the results, which is good because it means I always check them. Okay, let's look. Basically, here's my power cost, and it's stuck as a table. So my power cost, I wasn't far off, 7,358 at the end. You can see why I don't remember it. It's a totally unmemorable number. But basically, all STEM is doing is it's saying, I've got a number of chassis. They have a power requirement, which is 200 watts each. That gives me a total power requirement here, which is 5 kilowatts, gradually increasing to da-da-da-da-da. The resource is saying it costs 15 cents per kilowatt hour. And actually the resource quietly knows how to work out how many hours there are in the year to then scale from 5 kilowatts to how many kilowatt hours there are in a year, and consequently what the actual cost is.
Okay.
And basically, as
okay,
far
that is an OPEX because it will not come under CAPEX.
Correct. That's right. So I haven't added it to the CAPEX because there is no CAPEX either for the floor or for the power. I mean, actually, if you wanted to be very fussy, it's possible, quite possible, that the building operator might charge a setup cost for adding. Yeah, because there will be some admin. So if you wanted to, you could go to the space resource. And at the moment, the only cost is the monthly rental cost. There is actually a connection cost option,
fee,
which would be a one-off, but I haven't bothered because that's just more complicated.
Okay.
I try to keep my demos as simple as possible because they already get pretty complicated.